Well, welcome back, y'all. So, we're right where we left off in the last video. I don't know what all is going to be in this video, but I need some motivation to keep doing this. And I've got a bunch of stuff in front of me before it's going to be, well, it's close to done, but it's not close at all still. So, I really just want to, I want to make sure that the turbo drains and everything are working properly. So, I'm going to prime it. Leave the bottom drain off, make sure there's oil coming out of it, and then I'm just going to start it the way it is with that disconnected. So, and see how that turbo sounds. Obviously, you know, it's not going to have the flutter and all that because the coupler's not hooked up, but I really want to hear that T51R mod and see what that sounds like. And then just make sure that it's not smoking or anything, everything's draining right. But yeah, let's see how that goes. See if I can catch most of it. See how it goes. Got the plug wires off. Just spin it over until oil comes out. Nothing yet. Let's keep going. Talking about. Oil pressure is great on the screen. Where's it at? I really don't want to start that until oil's coming out. Come on, bro, you can do it. Oh, there it is. It's draining. Woo! That took a minute. Okay, cool. Alright, let's hook it up and see what happens. Plugs are hooked up. Still on the old tune. O2 sensor is not hooked up, so it's probably not going to run that great, but let's see if we can get some noises out of this thing. Oh, and the drain's hooked up. Moment of truth. Temp to get too high. Well, that was cool. I don't really hear the turbo that much. Obviously, the exhaust is dumping out right there, but hey, it fired with a turbo on. Oh, something's smoking. That's probably, we'll figure that out at some point. Cool. It wasn't smoking out of the exhaust. That was a good thing. So I guess it's draining properly. I have to spray that off and make sure that's not leaking from the fitting when I start it next time, but hey, that wasn't bad. Got some heat in the exhaust, so hopefully if there's any leaks, I'll see some soot marks, and I'll go ahead and tack those with the welder, because I am not heat wrapping this thing until I make sure there's no leaks at all. It sounded pretty good though. Obviously, I don't know, I kind of didn't really know what to think when it was happening. I should have felt around to see if I could feel any exhaust coming out. I think the V-bands are sealing well. Only time will tell though. I will probably run this for a little bit, at least drive it around a bit until I make sure that nothing's leaking, and I'm going to heat wrap it. I'm going to end up, I realize I'm going to have to redo this hot side. We'll see how long it lasts for, or what we can get out of it, but I don't know how I'm going to do the 2-inch. Oh yeah, I redid that because I was not happy about it and I couldn't sleep, so I can't, let me see if I can get in there so you can see it. Yeah, I took a truck manifold and I got away from that alternator, so I'm a little close, well, I'm really close to that upper control arm. It might melt that bushing a little bit, but let's see if I can get some heat wrap on it. It'll probably be fine. But I mean, I guess that's better than being too close to the alternator. So we're making progress here, and I got a good seat on that V-band now. So cool, awesome. Well, it started. Now it's just figuring all the other little stuff out from here. If I end this video here, I guess I'll make another clip doing it. If not, you'll see another clip here in a second of me doing something else. All right, I got a downpipe made, and I'm gonna end up cutting it kind of, you know, level so water doesn't go down in it. But I have to make the wastegate dump still up in the air, and if I'm gonna connect it to this pipe or if I'm just gonna have a pipe go down or try to make it go out behind it, I don't know yet. We'll see. But I have that made. It's pretty simple. It turned out all right. I got good clearance between, I don't know if you can see it, the coupler right there. It fits pretty well, so obviously I got to start it and see what it sounds like now. That sounded pretty good. It's still loud. It's smoking. Yeah, obviously I still have to drill a hole and put a bung in for the O2 sensor, so it's not very happy right now, but it's not bad. And I realized we're not going to get any noise out of the turbo without it, you know, the coupler being hooked up and having some load on it, but so far that sounds all right. But next it will be the wastegate dump. All right, well, I got a O2 sensor welded in, and I was about to work on the wastegate dump, but you know, I want to make sure everything's working right first. As far as, so I had to do some janky stuff with the map sensor. It's got random pieces of hose and stuff attached to it, and it's just stuck on there right now because it didn't fit the intake. The one I got didn't. I've just got a line on the fuel pressure regulator hooked up right now. I set the pressure, just key on, engine off. I think I got it to where it's supposed to be. I hooked all the couplers up. I just want to make sure this works, because that's important stuff that needs to get figured out before, you know, I can fabricate whatever. But if I need to order some stuff or whatever, so you know what, I'm gonna start it real quick and see what happens. Okay, first start with the new tune. Technically, I guess this can be the first start. It's the first start with the coupler on. Fingers crossed everything's all right. We're gonna find out. seems to be working. That went a lot better than it could have. I took a little data log. Fuel pressure needs to come down a little bit. Obviously, there is nothing hooked up, so I can't run it long. I got up to about 100 degrees. That's not bad at all. It's really not even warm. Well, cool. I guess that was the first start. Sweet. Everything's working the way it should be. And I just gotta tidy everything up at this point and obviously finish the downpipe. O2 sensor seems to be working. It's still running very rough, but there's a few changes that need to be made. Cool. Well, I didn't really hear a bunch of noises, but I guess we're gonna have to wait till we get into boost to hear that. So yeah, well, I guess that was the first start. Sweet. Cool. All right, well, I might you know what, I won't end it till I put the till I finish the downpipe. I really want to make it go from here into the downpipe from the wastegate to there, but it might dump straight down. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'm still debating on how I'm going to make it work. I might pie cut into that exhaust just because it's going to look so... Well, I don't have the bumper on now, but it'll look goofy with it. If I try to run another pipe out this way, I could make it go to the ground. I don't know. You know what? You're going to find out in the next clip. There you go. All right. Well, it's a while later, so I have to be careful where I point the camera at because I've kind of done a bunch of other things. But there's my wastegate dump. Pretty happy with how it turned out. Sorry, I don't have a whole lot of light down here right now. But, you know, I honestly, I just really don't like when a wastegate dumps straight down, especially like if I'm going to be two-stepping a lot and all that. Like, I don't want it to be shooting flames down at the ground. I routed it back into my main pipe, and dude, it was kind of tricky because I don't do math or anything. I just try to make things work, but it ended up working out perfect as far as making that little merge piece and whatnot. And the angle of it, it's like going just damn near perfect, like straight out. So, and it's below the O2 sensor you see up there. I think that's gonna wrap up my downpipes and first start video. And we have some, well, and I've actually already kind of done what's in the next video. So you'll see the radiator stuff next. But as always, I appreciate you watching. Thanks for subscribing. We'll see you later, y'all.